Hi and welcome. My name is Roberto Lorenzo and I am the Fire Chief for the City of Margate. Today, both our Fire Marshal, David Scholl, and Louis Villar, our Division Chief for Emergency Medical Services, will be reviewing both the Automatic External Defibrillator and our Stop the Bleed kit. They're going to go over the locations of some of these kits and how to properly use them. So I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you.
Hello, my name is David Scholl, Fire Marshal for the City of Margate Fire Department. With me today is Division Chief Louis Villar. We're here to talk to you about a code that came into effect April 25th, 2022, the AED and Stop the Bleed kit. This code was adopted by the Broward County Board of Rules and Appeals and put into our local fire code amendments. This code is intended to provide life safety equipment for sudden cardiac arrest and uncontrolled bleeding. Not all occupancies will require these two devices. Next, we're going to talk about the use and the proper function of these two devices. Chief Villar, can you go over the Stop the Bleed kit?
Sure will, David. Stop the Bleed kit is meant to stop any external bleeding that is not easily controlled by direct pressure. There's three ways you can control bleeding. One is direct pressure. So if you have a laceration on the arm or a cut, you'll apply direct pressure on there. If that does not stop the bleeding, it would be elevate the arm over the heart and apply direct pressure. If that doesn't work, then you have to use some sort of a compression bandage or a tourniquet. In these kits are a compression bandage, multiple other bandages, 2 sets of gloves, and a pair of scissors. These are 2 different types of kit, one that's open and you're able to reseal and repack, and the ones that have to be replaced after opening. Okay, now we're going to go over the directions and application of a tourniquet device. Tourniquet device, as I said before, is used only if direct pressure and elevation does not work. And these tourniquets are placed on the lower extremities as high as you can, close to the trunk, and in the upper extremities as close to the trunk as possible, no matter where the cut is located on the arm or legs. This is important, and I will say this is a little bit of a painful procedure, but it's necessary to stop the blood flow to that cut. So I'm going to demonstrate how to apply this on David here. These have a Velcro system, and this is called the windlass, and this will be applied as high as we possibly can in the arm, and then Velcro down. Once the Velcro is applied and secured, we'll start turning the windlass until one of 2 things are achieved. The bleeding stops, or they lose a distal pulse, and a pulse is right here on the wrist. So we'll start turning, and once that turns, we're gonna keep it right in this little pocket right there and bring this across. This will not be taken off. 911, once they arrive, they'll deal with this or at the hospital. There's not much more for you to do once the bleeding is stopped other than comfort the patient and make sure 911 is called and responding.
Hey Chief Villar, can you go over the proper use and function of the Automatic External Defibrillator?
Yes, thank you, Dave. The AED, or Automatic External Defibrillator, is a crucial piece of equipment that is used during a sudden cardiac arrest of individuals. These will be located, as Dave said, in multiple occupancies throughout our city and all city buildings. These automatic external defibrillators are self-prompted. That means they will speak to you and tell you what you need to do. Within the machine, you have a set of pads, which on the pads there's locations of where to place these pads. Typically they're placed over the right side of the heart and on the external side or the side of the person. It's very important to call 911 to have us coming to render aid. But once this is open, the machine will start speaking to you.
When patient's chest is bare, remove the white square pad from the blue plastic.
And some of the things that I'll say is open electrodes. These are considered the electrodes. Follow the instructions. It's going to tell you when it's analyzing. It'll tell you when to stand clear and if shock is advised. Once it tells you shock is advised, the person should not be touched. Although these are intrinsic, which should not actually shock externally, it is cautioned. Once that is done, you're supposed to go right into CPR, and this will actually prompt you to do that. Once it's done and we arrive, we'll take over and take care of all patients' needs and whatnot. But this is a very important part of the resuscitation cycle on patients with sudden cardiac arrests. It's very important to understand and know CPR and how to properly use these. But if in doubt, don't be scared. Push hard, push fast on the chest, and use your external defibrillator as indicated and how prompted.
So this concludes our video presentation. I hope you were able to take a few points away and maybe save a life one day. For further training and education, feel free to click on the websites located on screen or contact us at the fire department. Thank you.